It was a rainy Saturday afternoon, and 8-year-old Bobby sat on his bed staring at the wall. "I'm so bored," he sighed dramatically, as if the very air around him was too dull to breathe. His room was filled with toys, some action figures, a football, a few board games, and even a puzzle half finished. But Bobby wasn't interested in any of that. Nope, nothing could cure his boredom. Suddenly his mom appeared in the doorway. "Bobby, are you still bored?" she asked, smiling. "Yes, Mom." "It's the most boring day ever. There's nothing to do," Bobby whined. His mom raised an eyebrow. "You know, when I was your age, we didn't have TV, iPads, or video games. We had to be creative. We played all sorts of games with our friends. You should try it." Bobby rolled his eyes. "But those old games sound lame." His mom chuckled. "Trust me, they were fun. Want me to tell you about them?" Bobby groaned. "Fine, tell me, but I'm not promising to like them." Mom started her story. "Well, one of the most popular games we played was hopscotch. You might know it. The squares could be drawn on the ground with chalk or even carved into dirt. We'd take turns hopping from square to square without touching the lines or falling." Bobby perked up a little. "That sounds okay, I guess. But how do you play hopscotch by yourself?" "Well, you don't. You play with friends," Mom replied. "The fun part is hopping around with others, racing to see who can finish first, and even trying new tricks. You could make your own rules too, like jumping on one foot or even pretending the squares are stepping stones over a river of lava." Bobby's eyes widened. "Lava? That's cool." Mom smiled. In some countries, kids played hopscotch with different shapes or patterns, like circles instead of squares. In Japan, they call it onigoko, and in Italy, it's called scopone. Kids would hop their way to victory all over the world. Bobby jumped up, feeling a bit more interested in the games of the past. Okay, hopscotch sounds fun. But what else did you do?" "Another game we played was called Three Tins," Mom continued. "All you needed were 3 empty cans. Anything could work, even tuna fish cans, and you'd stack them in a pyramid shape. The goal was to knock the tins down with a ball, but it wasn't as easy as it sounds. You'd have to take turns and try to rebuild your pyramid while the other players tried to knock it down. It was all about quick thinking, speed, and teamwork." Bobby grinned. "I think I could totally knock over a pyramid of cans." Mom chuckled. "I bet you could. And then there was 5 stones, also called jacks in some places. It's a game where you toss small stones or special rubber pieces in the air, and you try to catch as many as you can on the ground. You start with 1, then 2, and work your way up. It takes skill, catch them all." Bobby's eyes sparkled. "Wow, that sounds like a challenge. I could be the 5 stones champion." "Exactly," Mom laughed. In different countries, kids had their own versions of 5 stones. Some used pebbles, others used little wooden blocks. But it was always about improving your skills, having fun with your friends, and competing in a friendly way. "Another thing we did before texting and social media," Mom added, "was have pen pals. We would write letters to kids from different countries, and they would write back. It was the coolest way to learn about other places and make friends from all over the world. Imagine getting a letter in the mail with a stamp from another country. There were so many cool stamps to collect." Bobby's face lit up. "I could have a pen pal in another country and write letters? Like real letters?" "Yes, and each stamp was like a mini piece of art from that country. People collected them and so many stamps were special. You could even trade them with friends, just like coins. That's awesome, Bobby said, now more excited than ever. I could start collecting stamps. Mum nodded. And you could learn so much about other cultures. What kids did for fun in France, what games they played in Mexico, and what snacks they ate in Brazil. The world can become a big adventure, all from the comfort of your home. Bobby thought for a moment. You know, Mum, you're right. These old games sound way cooler than I thought. I could make a whole day out of playing hopscotch with my friends or organizing a 5 stones tournament. Maybe I could even try to get a pen pal from Japan or England. His mum grinned. See? Boredom isn't real if you use your imagination. You just have to think beyond the screen and discover how fun the world really is. Bobby stood up, his boredom completely forgotten. I'm going to try it all, and I'll never say I'm bored again. Who needs a TV when you've got an entire world of games to explore? And from that day on, Bobby never again complained about being bored. Instead, he played games with friends, wrote letters to new pen pals, and collected stamps from places he could only dream of. Every day was an adventure, and boredom was a thing of the past. Hope you enjoyed the story and will try out some of these olden days games with your friends. And like Bobby, I hope boredom will become a thing of the past for you too. Until next time, please like, share, and subscribe.